What is up, everybody? I probably look like I'm in a new place. I'm actually just downstairs. I moved my setup downstairs. I told you I was getting a new setup, and I did just that. I got a new desk, and I'm hoping this makes the audio sound better because my basement is carpeted. And I think that should make a difference. I may eventually get some like foam on the walls. The background is going to be totally different. This is what was already in my basement. I've literally changed everything. I moved stuff around like crazy over the weekend trying to get all this set up. So I just literally just got everything turned on for the first time right as I started the stream, just in time. So all this, the background's going to change, but for now, it's going to work just fine. I'm going to try to move this out of the perfect. So, yeah, guys. Nothing other than nothing new except for that. So let's just get into a game. I did, you know, my this is kind of different. Let me switch this back. That looks better to me. Move my mic over, get it all comfortable. I am way more comfortable. This chair is super comfortable. It was actually an old chair that we had, but it's really comfortable. So I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling like I'm gonna play some good chess today. I'm at 1336. My highest rating ever is 1360. So we have a chance to break our all-time high if we play really well. So I'm hoping we do just that. Um, but before we get started, let's pray, guys. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for this opportunity, God, for bringing me and all of us here today. And we just ask that if anybody comes in the chat today, that they leave better than they came. And not for me, God, but speak through me and let your will be done. And again, Lord, I'm just so very grateful to be in this, have this opportunity. Yeah, please continue to watch over me and my family. Anyone else who joins, their families. We thank you and love you, Lord. In your name we pray. Amen, guys. Amen. Let's play some chess. Let's play some chess. You have to let me know. So I have a pretty big monitor, right? So I can have my chessboard facing on the left side, or I can have it facing on the right side. If it's facing this way, this is what I'll be looking like whenever I'm talking to you. I'll be kind of more face to it as a camera. And that's how I just had it, but I don't know if I like it. I don't know why. I guess it's just I'm used to it on this side, but I feel like you're looking at the side of my face versus if I had it over here, you'd be looking right at me. Let me know if you care at all, because if not, I'm gonna keep it over here because that's where I like it. So let's start a game, guys. All right, turn this volume up. That's the first thing I want to do. Okay, a little more Scandinavian. I've been playing some really like people have been playing really weird openings lately. Um, I don't know if it's just because I'm like higher in my rating. That's a mistake. People do that a lot, and I don't know if it's some kind of opening, but it's not technically right. I know because I've seen it many times, and every time I look at it on the computer with the engine, they say it's bad. But I've also played it poorly and ended up getting my queen trapped. Yeah, so that's a new one. Obviously, I can't take because it's guarded. And I guess he's trying to trap me. Normally, this is the best move after this, but he did block that. So if I just attack, he'll probably go. Oh, he can't go there yet. So let's just kick it, I think. Is there a threat? There is a threat. That threatens my rook, actually. Kind of a crazy move. It's not good, though. There's no way it's good, so I just gotta figure out how to punish it. I can just give a check. I feel like there's probably a better way. I could defend it like this, but that looks kind of ugly. I could go here. I don't really like any of these. Interesting. Actually, I could just go back. I think that's probably the better move. I know this square is a safe square. Let's just go back. And he probably will do this, either here or here, and then bring this out to attack. But I could just, I'm still pretty safe here. This is an opening I'm pretty familiar with. My opening. Um, this is just a new move for me. Okay, now I'm gonna just kick it because now he's not threatening anything. Right? Yeah, I think we're good, man. I'm just gonna kick it. If I lose to some weird, ridiculous thing, I mean, he could go absolutely crazy. Take this. Yeah, I had a feeling he's gonna bring his queen. I don't think it's good. Still don't think it's good, but we'll see. This is scary. Does he have a check here? He does, and then he wins the queen. So I actually can't go back. Okay. I can't even, if I do this, same thing. He just checks me and wins the queen. Crap. This is kind of weird. If I go here, so I guess this was his whole idea. If I go here, I mean, this just looks awful. Um, First of all, he still has this here. Okay, this is the only move without a knight check, so I think that's where I have to go. I don't want to get too low on time in the opening. If I can get out of this opening, I'm up a bishop, but I have a bad feeling about this. I need to move my queen. So I'm understanding why this is a bad place for my queen now when he moves the knight there. Oh crap, man! This is now that's my only square, and yeah, he wins the queen. What a brutal! Do I have any way out of this? Do I? I do, but that's not really here. Takes, and that's. Then I can go here. If he goes, if he takes with bishop, that's my only move. Is that checkmate? I have this square. Yeah, such a dumb. Okay, so here, yeah, that saves me from a knight check. That's so I have to go here. I'm trying to hold on. I can get one move. Does he have any? So he can do this check, this check, and this check, but that's bad. So I think I just go to the corner. I need to stay away from this knight. So if I just go to this corner, I can start using my pawns and my bishops to. Okay, he wins his bishop back. Unfortunate. Better than a queen. Um, okay. I could go here. So regardless of which one he takes, I can take his knight. So we're still up a piece. Um, I guess. He can't do that. He can't do that. He can do that. Dang it, man. Dang it, man. What a weird, weird game. Do we have? We still have. No, we don't have that. Doesn't take the rook. Interesting. If I go back here, okay, he's gonna take the rook with the bishop. So he doesn't lose the bishop. Well, he wouldn't have lost it anyway. Trying to find a way out of this. I go up there, he can start checking me with the pawns. I don't like that. Although, no, can't be good. Here. I have no freaking clue. I have no idea. I'm gonna lose both. If he comes here, then he can take my knight after. I don't have a way to defend it. I don't think it matters where I move my king. It's just just bad. I guess if I went, no, it wouldn't work either. Um, I have an idea. If he takes here, I can go here, which threatens checkmate. So he has to defend it, and then I win his queen. No, because then the queen sees it already. Jeez, man, I'm trying to find something. But yeah, so he played the opening wrong, but I played it more wrong. Okay. Here it looks like it threatens a fork, but it actually threatens mate. I mean, he has checks. That just loses. I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. This game's lost anyway. That's crazy. This was a bad square for my king. I could have, if it was up here, I would have had stuff, but I mean, yikes, man. Let's go here, threatening this. He'll probably just trade queens now. Well, if he does, I'll take his bishop. He'd still be winning, but only move. That's mate. GG. I'm gonna look this back and see what I could have done differently. I really don't know. Such a weird game. Yeah, I just played it bad. So yeah, like I said, that's a mistake. I'm winning now. That's another mistake, which I knew. That's the best move. So yeah, that's a blunder. So I should have just ignored everything and just developed normally. What do you do? Remind me. That's wrong to take. That's yeah. I actually played it the best way I could have, other than taking the bishop. That's kind of crazy. Um, wow. Yeah, honestly, nothing I could have really done after he had this. The sacrifice of the bishop, which I've had this done to me before, but usually it's bad. So I was waiting. I assumed that was coming, but I felt like I had my queen in the wrong place because what I was thinking was Like if I just did a normal move, like if I went here, he just has this, or oh sorry, he just has this, and then I got to move, and then he takes my queen. So I actually played that perfectly to save my queen and have a chance, but apparently, yeah. I mean, why does that? I mean, why does that stop everything? Oh, because it stops the queen from infiltrating. Don't have this anymore. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Are you gonna get the same thing? That'd be cool. Nope. So whenever they play D, okay, he's playing a London. Maybe not. I like to play the reverse London. Yeah, this is a London against the reverse London. Should be fun. Very technical game, probably. Let's see. What do I want to do? How do I want to play this? His bishop likes to go here, so that's good for me. I think that's the best move according to the computer. He wouldn't take it because that helps me develop. I think that's the best move, but I always end up. I feel like I don't know. I just feel like I never get a good position when I do this. I know it's technically the best move. Wow, that's a mistake to take for sure. Because it just, I mean, it helps me develop. Um, so yeah, that was definitely not the right move by him. I have to defend this, so this is looking here. I can go here, here, or here. Hmm. Don't know which is better. Let's see. Can I make a threat of any kind? I don't think so. I could also go here. And I wouldn't mind trading queens actually. Because this just puts my queen on a good square if he doesn't take. And if he does take, I'm happy. Uh, Alright, I don't want to take. I think I'm just going to castle. Let's get our knight in the game first. Let's castle. Okay. Now, what's the best move? Here. I don't have that yet. Um, this looks juicy. Let's just keep developing. So if I go here and he takes, and I take, then I could take his queen if he don't take mine, and that damages his pawn structure. Of course, mine would be damaged already. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I'm not 100% sure what the best move is here. I don't think it's to bring the rook, but it's probably this. It's probably that. But I think I like this better. No, because if I push this, then this pawn is weak. Although if I take his queen, wow, what a tricky, tricky, tricky game already. Well, this basically forces him to take, and I kind of like having my pawn in my. I like this setup because they protect. Well, no, this would have to be over here. I was gonna say they protect one another, but not quite. But still, I like the central pawn is nice for me. Even though they're doubled central pawns, so it's better than just regular double pawns. And like I was saying, now he doesn't have the knight to take back for the queen. So if he don't take my queen, I think my next move is to take. It does open up his rook, but it doubles his pawns. And again, I have double pawns, but mine are much better because they are centered double pawns versus his. Um, okay, so takes. So yeah, I think I'm just better if if he takes, I think I'm better. He has connected central pawns though. Probably both probably pretty even. I take first, takes back with knight, attacking this. I don't wanna get down on time too much. I'm already down a good bit. I don't think this is bad. So I'm just gonna do that, and then now I'm gonna attack these weak pawns. Let's do this because now I gotta remember that is open. So let's just defend it, and then let's take this open file. If he takes the open file, I'm gonna trade. So I have the open file either way. And that's a really nice. Yeah, so I can go. I want to go here. That's just a beautiful. That would be a beautiful place for my rook. He's coming. He's coming here. His next move. And I'm not too scared about that. Here, here, here. So I think I'm gonna go here. I'll probably take after that. Here, that I don't like this. Hmm. Quite the quite the game we have here, y'all. Poop. It would have been nice if he would have taken. I'm gonna get too long on time if I don't make a move. I don't think this is right, but I don't really see an obvious next. I could do this. I kind of like that. Let's just do that. Actually, he's probably going G4. Just go back. Um, so here, here. Okay, yeah, he didn't want me to go here. That kind of helps me though, because now I can double up. Now I can double up. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's go here. Da-ba-da. Check on my son real quick because I got a notification that he's awake, but I got a great wife, so she will take care of him. Not really sure what that does. Um, no, he's asleep. He is asleep. Not really sure what that does. I think I still want to double up. I guess he's just centralizing. But I'm gonna go here. Next move is this, and if he lets me do that, takes, and I win this pawn. So pretty obviously. So I'm not sure. See what he does. And he can't double up. It's too late. Yo, what up, Jessica? What do you think of the new setup? I still got to fix the lighting. I still got to fix the background, but I'm in my basement. Can you tell any difference in the audio? I'm very curious. I won't really know until I rewatch the video if it's changed for me, but let me know if you hear a difference. I'm very curious. Yeah, so that doesn't really do anything. Um, he still loses a pawn. He should have doubled up before, so We went a pawn here. Oh, nice. Much more clear. I love to hear it. Yeah, I moved everything to the basement, and that was one of the main reasons. I love to hear that. That's what I was hoping for. Because it was a ton of work to move everything over to the basement. So I'm glad it wasn't for nothing. So yeah, he's just kind of, I still won the pawn. Takes, and now I'll have, I think this makes sense. And because I'm low on time too. Oh wait, did I mess up? Oh, what was I thinking? Hold on. Takes. Oh, he took back with the pawn. Oh, I was not paying attention. That was dumb. That sucks. I would have had a better position too. I wasn't freaking paying attention. And that's why he did it too. He wanted to back rank me. Crap, dude. Well, we lost this one for no good reason. Uh, Pretty unfortunate. You were distracting you? No, that was my fault. That's just how my brain works 99% of the time. Thanks for tuning in, Jessica. Good to see you. Good to have you here again. Um yeah, he's gonna win these pawns. It's basically this is an easy game for him now, honestly. I could probably just resign, but I'm not going to because I'm gonna make him work for it. Trying to at least save one of these pawns, but I don't think I can. Here, crap. Here. Okay, I can save one. And it is a pass pawn. If I had a rook, this would be an easy win. I just took back without even thinking that you could take with the pawn first. So I save win one pawn, and this is a nice setup because they protect each other. So that's a locked. Those are locked, but it doesn't really matter because he's up material. He's up a full rook. So let's bring my king. Ooh, yeah, you should have went there. You would have won a pawn. That's actually a bad. Ooh, this is bad. Check. I have to go here, and then he comes in with the rook. Yeah, he could have played that better, but still gonna lose. Guess he don't want this pawn, no. Okay. Okie dokie. Now you go there. Dang it, man. Dang it, man. Jessica, I would ask you. So on the bottom right here, I have a question. What's your dream job? I have a feeling you have your dream job, but if if being a professor at a college in a nursing program is not your dream job, what in the heck is it? Um, just gonna go here. Maybe he hangs his rook because he's not paying attention. Crap. No such luck. One, yeah. Just gonna keep. I'm gonna try every chance I get. I'm gonna push this pawn. Um, because it's really my only hope. I mean, I don't have a hope. It's up a rook. Because I'm an idiot. And there's the game, folks. He actually kind of messed up there. A mobile bookshop. No freaking way. A mobile bookshop? I know you love to read, but why mobile? Why not just like own a why would you want a mobile one and not like have a library? Because you like to travel, is that why? Travel around and still share books with the world. Wow, what a cool dream, you know? That is awesome, Jessica. So he's just gonna take this. Uh, I'll take one too. Why not? Travel the world, share books with share books with the world. I love to travel and meet new people. Wow, that is so cool. I've never heard of that one before. You know, I've asked that question quite a bit. You know, just to like clients and stuff like that. That's a first, but it makes a lot of sense. You know, from knowing you. Um, that's so cool, man. You know, I could go for a stalemate here. You know, hope that he hangs some kind of dumb stalemate. I'm just gonna keep. I mean, I got 41 seconds. I'm just gonna make weird moves. But would you? Stories bring people together. What's your favorite book, Jessica? Do you have a favorite book? Is that like asking like your favorite movie? Is that too hard of a question? I'm gonna do this. That way, I have a chance for a stalemate. Because if I have a piece, then there's basically no chance I'm getting a stalemate. So if he makes a queen, it becomes incredibly easy for him not to stalemate me. So I'm going to try to prevent that, but if he really wanted to, he could. So, and he looks like he really wants to. You're taking a while to think of this, so I assume it is a tough question. Yeah, just check here. Goes over here. GG, bro. GG. Actually, this is me right now. 1984. I'm shocked that I've actually read that book. Of course, everyone has because it's mandatory. Wow, that's kind of anticlimactic. Your favorite book is a story about burning all the books. That's the right one, right? Am I thinking of the right book, 1984, where the government burns all the books? Um, I don't know what this is. I'm just gonna play chess. No. What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? It's something like 1984. Oh, Fahrenheit 451, not even close. Sweet. Yeah, I should know better than to talk to you because you're twice as smart as me, so everyone's going to learn that I'm not smart. If I cared, I wouldn't talk to you, but I don't. So Fahrenheit 451, yeah. 1984. Still sounds familiar to me though. I guess I haven't read it. Um is it about history? Just because it's a date, I feel like it's like a history thing. Is something happened in 1984? Why am I talking about something I don't know anything about? 1984. Is that World War II? No, probably not. I think that was 1940 something. 1950s. I'm talking to a professor about something about stuff I have no clue about. This is great. Um Yeah, I gave the pawn back because I every time I don't give the pawn back, I end up in a worse position. So that's why I did that. And I think I'm just gonna trade this knight off because his queen looks really stupid in the middle of the board. And I'm gonna develop my bishop and then castle. Uh, I see what he's fianchettoing his bishop to point directly into my castle, which I don't like. Do I want to? Maybe I want to wait to castle. Nah, I'm a madman. Um, not scared. Not scared. Okay, I shouldn't have pushed that there and blocked my bishop. Although I could do this. Um, not anymore. Let's go here. He was threatening that pawn. I like this. This seems wrong by him. I think I should have a tactic. I want to go here, but this is in the way. So obviously he's threatening checkmate. So I got to defend that. That loses my queen. What's the crap? What's the best way to defend this? I really don't want to push this pawn. Wow. This is why I didn't want to castle, but could just push this. This is probably the cleanest way. Definitely the cleanest way. Um, yeah. And we're gonna double defend this because he's going here. You know, it's funny, Jessica. I was just at a fair, a local fair here, and there was a one of those mobile bookstores. I feel like they don't venture very far, though. You know what I mean? I don't know that I've ever seen a mobile bookstore that like actually travels around the U.S. Um, It was written in 1949. It was about the predicted future of our world. A novel in future. Okay, I mean, it's not Fahrenheit 451, but it's still about a crappy government, so I feel like I should get some points. Um, for being lucky, I guess. So here is a free pawn, looks like. He wants to go here. So takes, it would be bad. Here, this would be interesting. Here. Oh no, I can't. This is okay. Wait, here he definitely goes here. I go here. Yeah, and that puts a stop to everything. Let's do that. Quite literally changes. Okay, I'm shocked that he took with knight. Um, I still think I want to go here. If I go here, he can't go here, which is what he wants. Does he have something else? I don't see it. The government quite literally changes history. Oh, that's actually that sounds pretty cool. I don't like books as much as I should. I mean, I should read more is what I'm saying. That's a check. So that's bad for him. Check. Question is though, I think I want to trade his queen though. Check, takes, check. I win a pawn. I stop this nonsense with the mate. And yeah, this is the move, I think. And I win another pawn over here. So I think that was just a mistake on his end. Knowledge is power. Agreed. Knowledge is certainly power. Where your strength, Jessica, is most certainly knowledge. My strength is wisdom. And I would like your opinion on that, but I feel most certainly that wisdom and intelligence, very different things. I tend to be more wise than intelligent, although obviously both are necessary. Um, let me. So now I don't want this because I don't want to double my pawns when I can prevent it. This looks like a free pawn. So here. Um, here. No. Here. I'm doing it. This is scary though. Here. So he's gonna move this knight. Yeah, and then he has threatening this, but that's okay because I have this. Got to speed up. I would say wisdom is limited without knowledge to back it up. Knowledge can be books, experience, etc. It isn't always textbook. I have thoughts there. Let me figure out this move. Next move here. Ooh, I have a beautiful tactic here. Check. Take the knight. Boom. What a beautiful move. And he just hung this because he's upset. Oh yeah, baby. Resigns? Question mark, question mark. Um Let me think about that, Jessica. I would say wisdom is limited without knowledge. You definitely need both, no question. Um and I'm not necessarily even saying one is better than the other. I'm simply saying that some people are some people some people tend to be more wise, some people tend to be more knowledgeable. I think a combination of the two for someone to be very wise and very intelligent is pretty rare. Not that you're not wise, but I feel like one is typically more dominant. Um, and I'll give you an example in a second. I think I'm just gonna go here. I don't see any reason why not. He's probably gonna come here. I probably shouldn't even allow that. I could go here after. You don't have a mate. Um, I really need to trade off one of his rooks, and I don't have a lot of time, so let's not lose this. I'm not sure what this did. Yeah, I saw that, but is he going here next? He is. No. Okay. Uh, please take it. Double my pawns. I'm totally okay with that. Um. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Nice. Don't care. Literally don't care. Okay, let's do this so there's no more mates. Um, and yeah, let's just push this pawn. And I don't think he can really stop it. Do I care about this? Kinda. Do I though? I don't. Hold on. Here, 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 here. Takes. Here. Back. I think we're okay. Unless there's something I'm missing. That would be what I was missing. Whoops. Actually, nope. Check. Breath. And now, check. Uh, check. Yeah. Yep. GG, bro. Wherever you go, I'm gonna check you and win your pawn. Yep. GG. Wisdom is basically knowledge, judgment, experience. If you have no knowledge at all, you don't have material to reason with. It's like trying to cook without ingredients. There is no wisdom without knowledge. Um, well, there is no wisdom without knowledge. There's definitely truth to that. Yeah, because without knowledge, you're ignorant. And wisdom can never come from ignorance. So I would agree with that statement. But you can also have a lot of knowledge and be unwise, which I would rather have more wisdom. I would rather be very wise than very intelligent. The example I was going to give you is, um, well, it's a little bit personal to my wife's family, so I maybe not want to put it on the internet, but let me try to think of another example. Just think of a incredibly smart person, someone who like think about Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk, one of the smartest people of our generation, right? But his kids don't even know what gender they are. A little controversial, but to me that's just ridiculous. Um, they're having, and you could say that's because he's so busy that he don't have time to be a father, and and they're left to kind of figure stuff out on their own. But to me, because it would be tough to say Elon's not wise in a lot of things, but I, knowledge does not equal good choices or good judgment. I agree. Yeah, wisdom equals good choices. Um, yeah, Elon obviously isn't perfect, like none of us, and I guess Elon may not be a good example simply because obviously he's made a lot of wise decisions, and but again, he's made a lot of wise decisions in business, but he's made a lot of money. A lot of smart people are really good at making money, but they put their faith in all the wrong things. They put their faith in money. They put you know, their faith in material things. Very unwise. So, yeah, I think, you know, the unfortunate truth is when you get to a certain level of intelligence, I swear it's like the smarter people I meet seem to be make the worst decisions sometimes, you know? I don't know if that makes sense. Of course, there's always, again, there's wise, smart people, but um, yeah, I don't know that everyone understands the difference between wisdom and knowledge, and both are very critical. Like we're agreeing on, I think. Yeah. Um, Here, I played this position 1,000 times, uh, and I still find ways to mess it up sometimes. So that's good because it gives me a getaway square. This is bad for him, I think. Yeah, he just goes back, so that wastes his tempo and gives us a move we were already going to do. So that's bad for him for sure. I know the bishop goes there. I'm just going to put it there. Um, this would be a mistake, so I'm going to go here. Why is this a mistake? You're about to find out. You can't take because then I take the rook. Hard to see. Um, Hard to see. I missed this myself a few times, but I've seen it enough on the engine that I remember it now. So that's a free pawn. Takes. So I think we just go back here. Something I've done before is I go here and then they move this knight to attack this, and I go here, they take it, and then I get checkmate. I've had that before, but that's I don't think that's good. I don't think that's a good place for my pieces necessarily. I gotta move this. Let's go I think this is the better square. Why is this a bad square? I don't see a reason why currently. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. These are the exact types of conversations that I want to have, though, Jessica. I'm grateful for your conversation because this is what I was talking about. So he could hang mate. Intelligence is reciting facts. Wisdom is using that info to come to conclusions. Example incoming. I'll wait for your example. Okay, he didn't hang it. And yeah, he played probably the best move there. Do we just go back? I could go here. I like this because then if he kicks me, this is looking good for me. I can kind of poke at this knight, which is holding his whole thing together here. Reciting facts. Wisdom is using that info to come to conclusions. I really like that definition. Intelligence is reciting facts. Well, you don't always have to re-incite it. You know, you could simply intelligence doesn't always have to be spoken. Um, it could be studied. You know, you could write it. Uh, Intelligence is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad. I can see why you're such a good professor, Jessica. That is a hilariously good analogy. I don't like tomatoes either. We're gonna poke at this night. That is exactly right. Yeah, so I saw this, but I can go here. I don't like it as much as I thought I did. Um, it's still good for me. I just gotta find the mate. So here he takes. I wish this rook was open. Let's go here. I like this, just x-raying. This is just really uncomfortable for him. Such a good analogy. You know, when you said that you had an example, I was just thinking it was going to be a real world, very clever, well, very smart uh analogy, but I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but I love what you said. Um, where do I go from here? So, does this threaten anything? Why did he go here? That's I don't know why he went there. I guess so. I wasn't looking here anymore. Um, I kind of want to. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. There's a good move here. I'm not seeing it. Here, here, here hangs the bishop. We got some time here. This may have been a mistake. Actually, because I'm not able to push my pawn. Look, what if I go here? Let's go here. He'll probably go back, and then I'll probably. Ooh. Um. Yeah, I'm gonna have to retreat here. Uh. Still okay. This attacks the knight, so he's got to move it. I like this. Um. Yeah, that's fine because I have this, but I didn't see that. Um, Actually, I think I'd take back first. Um, I don't think it matters actually. I don't. I want to take it. No, it does matter because this is hanging. I still think it's better to take, but I should have taken first here. If he goes here, I'm just gonna castle. He didn't take it. Defended his rook instead. Still up a pawn. Do I castle? I want to castle here, but if that's just looks awful. I want to defend this. Don't really have a good way to do that other than this, so that's what I'm gonna do, I guess. Yeah. I want. Yeah, that's right. I want to start pushing my pawns this way anyway. So this is the right move. Intelligence is knowing fire is hot. Wisdom is not touching it to make sure. Yeah, that's a very practical and easy to understand example. Again, great example of being a good professor. I tend to make things more complicated than they need to be, but that is so simple and so easy. You're right, Jessica. Both are necessary. Both, you know, some people don't have the sense not to touch the fire, but somehow can solve calculus. I swear, it's insane to me. Although I prefer the tomato analogy. Yeah, me too. Me too. I don't know why I don't like tomatoes. I am not very picky. Uh, but for some reason, tomatoes are just gross. I like everything with tomatoes. Everything you can make with a tomato is delicious. I even like V8 juice, which is like 99% tomato. Um, but something about something about the like a raw tomato is disgusting to me. Crap. Jessica, you're supposed to be my time check. Um, I gotta speed up. Let's go here. I think is a good move. He has two pawns hanging right now. I do too. Yeah, salsa, ketchup, etc. Yeah, I just don't. It's just like it doesn't have a taste. I don't like the. It has like no flavor, and I don't like the consistency. Um, everything with tomatoes tastes like has a lot of flavor, but tomatoes have no flavor. I don't know how that's possible. I'm just gonna start taking these pawns. They look free to me. Um, it's probably not right, but Exhibit A. Yeah, this is so scary. Um, I gotta start moving faster though. Let's go here. He probably has some sacrificing, crazy sacrifice stuff. But he won't play it. Boring. But wisdom is knowing how to spice them up. Yeah. Yeah, the person who made ketchup is wise. The person who grew tomatoes is a freaking is smart but unwise because he stopped there. Unless the same person who made tomatoes also made ketchup, and then he's a once in a million amazing, awesome person that I love dearly. I think trading pieces is good for me. Why am I not confident in any of my moves right now? I gotta play. I don't see anything. Okay, he wants this. I think I'm okay with it, honestly. Am I though? I can. I think I have to be. Actually, I'm gonna get out of the way. Let's do that. Oh, I just hung the bishop. Oh, crap. I'm so bad at time control, man. so bad at time. Uh, I really need to work on my. Jesus. Oh, this is disgusting. Actually, I can go here. Nice. This is not over, but I did make a big. The farmer's name was Zach. No, it was not. Uh, oh my God, he just says all these threats. Um, shoot. Oh, I could have just took this. No, I couldn't. Never mind. The farmer's name is Zach. You're hilarious. Uh, oh, I didn't see that. It's not. I don't think. Yeah, I couldn't have done anything anyway. But, geez, man, getting wrecked here. Um, the time, man. The time gets me every freaking time. Time gets me every time. Um, yeah, as soon as I hung that bishop, my whole kind of thing fell apart. What is my dream job? Um, what is my dream job? It's a great question. I didn't even think about it when I wrote that. Hmm. Um, Jessica, maybe this, honestly. If I could get paid enough to support my family doing this, that would be so nice, just talk to people because I'm like you, I like to talk to people. I like to travel too. But I don't think I would like being on the road. I like to travel, but if I was traveling for work, I want a family, I like settling down, uh, you know, all that stuff. I couldn't be on the road. Um, but I love meeting new people, and that's kind of why I started this whole thing. Um, not to, I mean, I don't really. I started as a hobby, not as a job. Uh, but I started it because I wanted to meet new people and do exactly what we're doing. Just discussing, um, discussing life. Life can be life can be tough if you don't what am I trying to say? I guess just I feel like a lot of people struggle, and I think I do a good job of not struggling so much. And I would love to learn from people. I would love from people to learn from me. And yeah, I think I have a lot of wisdom to share with the world, Jessica. Just like you have a lot of knowledge to share with the world. Although you're pretty wise too. Uh, although you did marry my brother, so maybe not that wise. Let's see here. Can I get an attack going here? He may castle this way if I start an attack. I think my best move is to castle now. So he get on my book bus, so I chose wisely. Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah, does I know Austin reads a lot of like anime comics. Does he read a lot of like regular books too? He certainly wasn't a reader. He wasn't much of a reader growing up, but I know he's always said since he's known you that he likes books. But most of the time, whenever he tells me something he's read, it's usually like an anime. Um, here, 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 here. Okay, let's go here, here. If he goes here, I take. I have the whole center, which is nice. If he takes, I take with bishop, and I'm fine with that. He reads more than he ever has. I've gotten him into audiobooks, which have been great. Yeah, I listen to a lot of audiobooks myself. Uh, I don't really consider that reading. I think reading. I think they serve different purpose. I don't know. Like, I think you get. I don't know. I just feel like they're different. I don't like to read, but I like to listen to audiobooks. I'm actually listening to the Bible right now as an audiobook. A book is a book. Yeah, but if you're watching a YouTube video of someone reading a book, would you consider that reading? Um, Having a hard time coming up with like plans here for some reason, and I mean like today. But it's been all day. I've not played well this morning either. Uh, So here's my idea, but it doesn't look good. Audiobooks are just someone else reading it to you, which is great for those who struggle with dyslexia and other disabilities. Yeah, I love audiobooks. 100%. Oh crap. What a good move by him. Double attacking. But I just feel like they're different. You know what I mean? Uh Dang man, what a good move. Check here. Nothing. Um Takes here. Yeah, he just wins that exchange, I think. Man, I totally missed that. Good move. Good move. Um, yeah, I knew my plan wasn't great. Oh wait, I can go here. Can I go here? No, I can't. Ooh, no, I can't. Yeah, that. I mean, I can go there, but it doesn't say my rook. Is that a good move? Hmm. Dang. GG. If you read a book to your child, are they not reading? How can they learn to read if they are not being read to? Yeah, I think both are important. I think both serve a purpose. I just think they're different. You know, you're not reading if someone's reading to you, you're listening to someone read. That's two different things. And you get two different things out of it. Uh, oh, jeez. So show that when someone listens to an audiobook, the same core language processing areas are the brain activated when they're reading text on page. Audiobooks are reading because reading is about processing language and meaning, not about eyeball movement. I guess the difference that I notice from like if I were to read text is I'm actually seeing the I think it helps with spelling and I think it just I'm a bad speller, and I felt like it's because I don't read much, and I don't get that doesn't improve because I listen to audiobooks. If I saw more words and I was pronouncing them in my head as if I'm reading, I think that would help. I would think that would help my vocabulary, and I think it would help my spelling better than if I was listening to someone else read. Because I actually have to sound out the word, so I would remember. And it helps my vocabulary because I'm actually seeing the word. I'm using more of my senses. I'm seeing it. I'm, and I'm just thinking about it more. Versus if I listen to it, it's I understand more of the concept, but I'm not getting that extra value of seeing the word. Now, granted, again, I don't like to read, um, and it takes a considerable amount of like it's a whole the whole thing is like it takes a whole amount of time. Like I have to sit down, open a book, and that's where I'm at when I read. I love audiobooks because I can literally, I listen to my audiobooks in the car, I listen to it in the gym where I'm working out. So I much prefer audiobooks. I think that based on your I would imagine the studies. I could I didn't know about the neurological studies you mentioned, but it makes a lot of sense to me. Um, but just because you get similar benefits don't mean they're the same thing. Physical reading may improve spelling more directly because you see letter patterns. That does not mean audiobooks aren't reading. It just means they emphasize different sub skills. I just wouldn't classify it as reading because I mean, to me, it's just two different things. You know, um, if I watch a YouTube video on a topic, I wouldn't say I read about it. I would say, I watched a video. It's just like saying watching. So let me ask you this then: is watching a biography reading? Because what's the difference? Here, threatening, nothing. Um, I'm gonna go here. So we're down an exchange. He has a rook for a bishop. Bishop's worth 5 points. Excuse me, rook's worth 5 points. Bishop's worth three. So he's up 2 points because he's up in exchange. But that's not always a terrible thing. Um, I'm definitely still in this, but I for sure he found that really nice tactic there. So he's got to move this. So where's he gonna go? Yeah, I was thinking that's probably his only move. If I go here, he takes. So if I go here, and he doesn't make an immediate threat, I can go here. Takes checkmate. Okay, so that would be a real threat. So question is, if I go here, what is he gonna do? He could defend it, and if he does, I have this move, whichever way he defends, because I have my bishop holding. So I think I'm gonna go for that. Watching a biography is more like a visual interpretation of a story, not the same as reading. When you read, you directly engage with the language, structure, and pacing of the author's words. Okay, so how is a audiobook different from a audio, excuse me, how is an audiobook different from a movie? You know what I'm saying? A biography. So he didn't understand what I was going for. So here, if he takes, checkmate. An audiobook preserves an audiobook preserves that linguistic interaction is just an auditory medium. Both require the same mental engagement with the language, just through different senses. In other words, it's still reading because it's still the same story, still the same language being processed, just in a different form. So, but then if you took a book, an a biography is basically an audiobook, a video audiobook, because it's essentially someone wrote a script um about something, right? And then they are acting it out. In some cases they're literally just they're acting it out as they talk through it or whatever, but it's a video representation. I find it hard to say that a I feel like your definitions are the same. If an audiobook is reading, then I would say a biography would be reading based on your definition. Just because there's a video attached to it, I mean, that makes it not reading anymore, but you're still nice. Um, right? So I'm the type of person that I think while I talk. So I'm still kind of thinking through this, but you're saying it's still the same story, but the I mean, to me that just doesn't make sense because are they reading their written biography? Um, no. They're kind of summarizing it, right? Typically, a biography is summarized, but I assume there's a script. Just like any movie, there's a script, and then they interpret that script through video. And I see your point of the difference of a audiobook essentially being a book that's straight up being read. Okay, I understand your difference. Um, right, written language. Okay. But still though, think about it this way, Jessica. Okay, is watching a play, you guys just went to the theater and watched a play. Those are literally written words that are being dictated. So is that reading? And if it's not reading, which I wouldn't think you would say it's reading, what's the difference between a play and an audiobook? Riddle me that. Because a play is, because you're saying essentially it's different because I hate this opening. Um because it's not written word. It's not word for word. But a play is. Okay, I always mess this up. His threat, what's his threat? I think his threat is a takes, and then he brings his queen in. Here, crap, that's not it. What's his threat? I hate this opening. I always mess it up because it's so not obvious. I think the best move is to go here because it always prevents the queen coming in. Here, and then what does he do? He brings his bishop. Excuse me. Uh, I'm gonna go here. If he goes here, defends the knight. That makes sense because I don't have an easy way to kick it now. I think I'm gonna go here, and I'm happy to do this trade. Interpretation. Okay. Play, you're consuming an actor's interpretation, staging decisions, tone choices, pauses, and emphasis chosen by performers, visual symbolism. You are not processing written script directly. Okay. You're watching interpretation of the script. Okay. I see your point. Because there's more to it than simply reading. There's a interpretation. Okay. Audiobooks. Nothing is adapted. Nothing is condensed. Nothing is visually replaced. It's the language intact. Okay. Okay. Um, let me think. Let me chew on that for a second because I still have something I wanna. I don't so much like this anymore. Takes. So I'm up a pawn, so I don't care if I lose this. Takes. Takes. I gotta move this knight. I can't move it there. I'm not really loving that. Um, what if I just castle? If I just castle, I could also go here. Uh, double my pawns. I could go here, preparing this. I don't think that's bad. Um, of course he could take that, which is fine. I think he's just gonna castle. Watching a play is watching interpreted text. Listening to audiobooks is receiving the text itself, and you interpret it. Yeah, I would agree with that. No, yeah, I think you for sure made your point when it comes to a play being different. Time check, thanks. Gosh, he has spent no time at all. And you know what? This opening is always like that for me because I have to really think about it because if I don't, you fall into so much crap. Uh, you know, um, am I okay with this? Uh, let me think here. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this because I'm kind of winning. Interesting. He sacks. He sacks here. Interesting. Uh, what if I go here? Then what is he? He's going to defend with the pawn. I need to move my queen. I can't because the knight. He would take the knight. Okay, I'm kind of understanding why he sacked, but not really. I think I can get out of this. So what if I attack the bishop this way? What's castle first? Because he doesn't know immediate threat, and then I want to put the rooks here, and then he's gotta. Well, I guess he could always defend with the pawn. Tricky. Yeah, you've made your point with the play. I agree with you. It's an interpretation versus not a literal translation. Even though they are saying the words, there's so much more to it than that. I would agree with that. And he immediately defends. This is actually a threat because, um, I mean, I can move it. No, actually, I don't have a safe square for this, so that is a literal threat out of nowhere. I hate this stupid opening. Oh, I can go here. Okay, I can go here. That's fine. I still want to figure this out though. Uh, I need to move. Okay, what's the problem? I need to move my knight, but I can't because then he'll take my queen. I can't move my queen because they'll take the knight. I need to defend the knight with something other than the queen. So let's go here and then here. Can't do that because then if it goes here, that's a fork. How do I get out of this? I need to put my knight here. That's impossible. There's no immediate threat. I think I'm just gonna leave it. I think I'm just gonna leave it for now. I can go here. No, I can't. I need to improve. I want to improve my position. I want to improve my position. Let's just double up on the rooks. Easily stop that though. What's the best way for me to improve my position here? Um, Oh, this does threaten. Oh, he's gonna go. No, 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 no. He can't. So complicated. Dude, 4 minutes. Are you kidding me? I don't know what to do. Here, I can't go there. You know, it might honestly be best to just get rid of this bishop. D4. D4 with the knight. If I do that, he'll take the queen. Um, Rookie mistake. I think I'm just going down an exchange here, honestly. I feel like that's the best move here. Yeah, the queen. Yeah, that's the whole problem. That he's been in this position many times. You can tell by how fast he's playing this. And again, this is just part of this opening and why I don't like it. Because they play so fast because they know it so well, and it's so easy to mess up. There's landmines everywhere. So I end up sinking all my time, and I'm in a better position, I think. I think I'm actually winning, but it doesn't matter if I don't, if I run out of time. So I'm just going to go here, defend this easily. This is a beautiful place for my knight, so I'm putting it there. There's no way for him to remove that knight because his pawns are past it. So that's, yeah, let's just, I can't go there quite yet. Let's go here, defend this, attack this, and then we're going to go here next. Love it. What opening is it? I don't actually know what it's called. Tennyson, it's apparently the Tennyson Gambit. It's a gambit. So any gambit, what a gambit means is you sacrifice material in the opening. And so he sacrificed a pawn. That's why I was up a pawn. Tennyson Gambit. Tennyson. Tennison. Tennyson Gambit. I've actually never heard that before, which I'm surprised because I've heard most of these. So this is just hanging. Actually, I think it's been hanging for a second now. So I'm going to take it. And now he's for sure losing. This is defended. This is defended. What? Okay. What is this guy doing? What is this guy doing? Is he just like upset? What was that? Okay. Yeah, he's just yeah. He's just mad. Oh, we had a brilliant move. Okay, hold on. Let me read what you were saying because I got to I wanted to win that. Um oh yeah, I never yeah, okay. So what I was gonna say to that was ooh, we played that game so well, by the way. So I agree with you that a play he would have won on time. Oh, what was my time? I totally forgot I was so low. Oh, okay, I had 2 minutes. No, he would have never won on time. 2 minutes. If I can't win this game with up this much material in 2 minutes, yeah, I deserve to lose. Um, yeah. So again. I'm gonna think out loud for a second, and I might end up agreeing with you, but I may not. So let me. So I've just never considered audiobooks reading because I feel that they have very similar benefits, but they also are different. I mean, they're totally different to me. Physically sitting down and reading a book versus listening. I understand the similarities you're pointing out. It's just the same book being read to you by someone else, but being read a book is not the same thing as reading the book itself. My son, and to give a I want to say logical is not the right word, but to give an example, maybe philosophical, I don't know. But my 7-month-old son can't read, but I can read to him. He can listen to an audiobook, but he can't read. So philosophically, that breaks down, right? Or is that philosophical or is that just logic? I think that's just logic. So logically, it's not reading because he can do it, right? He can listen to an audiobook, but he can't read a book. So he can't read. So it's not reading because he can't do it. What do you think about that, Jessica? I just saw it was 10 o'clock. I usually don't stream this long. I got caught up in our conversations, but I kind of want to play one more while we finish up this conversation, Jessica. Reading is the cognitive process of interpreting written symbols, letters, and text to construct meaning. It is about interpreting language, not the method of receiving the text. The cognitive process of interpreting written symbols, letters, and text. Okay. Well, as an audiobook, you're not interpreting symbols, letters, or text. You're just hearing them, right? Did you look up the definition? Reading, is that the definition of reading? Because if it is, that's certainly not an audiobook. You're not interpreting written anything. You're interpreting language. Yeah. So you're interpreting language, but you're not interpreting the symbols, letters, and text, right? So by definition, then it's not reading. Again, I think we agree that essentially it has the very, very similar benefits. And I think it's a beautiful invention. They are reading written languages to you. Yeah, so yeah, and that's where um yeah, that's where it's different. My son can't read, but I can read to him. So he's not reading, I'm reading to him. That's different. It has a lot of the same benefits, but it's not the same thing. So whenever I listen to a book on auto, both are forms of reading in their own right, just different tools for different contexts. Yeah, honestly, probably semantics. Uh, and part of this is just because I like, maybe I like talking about semantics. He can't comprehend what you're saying. It is not the same. Yeah, but even when he can comprehend, he can't comprehend what you're saying. It's not the same. Are you agreeing with me? It's not the same as reading? Because later he'll be able to comprehend but still not read. You can comprehend before you can read. 7 months right now, so he can't do anything. He can't comprehend or read. You're not agreeing. So you're still saying that listening to audiobooks is reading. Again, it's probably semantics. I just to me it's just simply not because of the definition. You're not interpreting symbols, text, or letters. You're Christian Comer in the chat. Christian, what's up, man? Now I gotta play one more. I was thinking about, ooh, brilliant. Okay, guys, hold on. Christian, you missed an awesome game, bro. Look at this. You see this right now? You see this on my screen? The double exclamation. Oh yeah, baby. The Covenant Brilliant move. Yeah, let's play a game right now, man. I'll play a game with you before I go to bed. Studies prove audiobooks are widely considered a form of reading because they offer similar cognitive benefits to print, such as improved cognition, vocabulary, and retention. Okay, this is where I think we can agree. I don't think it's correct to say audiobooks are reading, but I would agree that it is a form of reading. It is a form of reading. And again, yeah, form of reading I would agree with. It's not reading in the literal sense, but it is a form of reading. Yeah, again, yes. Okay, we agree. We found an agree. I like it. Jessica, this guy is the guy I was telling you about yesterday. If you look up on the top of your screen, he's 518 rated. This is the guy that got me into chess. Well, my uncle got me into chess. Whoa. D5. D5? When do you play D5? There are various forms of reading, yes. What would you consider another form of reading be? I'm just curious, other than audiobooks. Trying to think of one. There are various forms, yeah. I'm sure there's an obvious example. I'm trying to think of one though. Audiobooks. Would you get? Well, I guess. Okay, Braille. That's to me. That's just straight up reading. They're just. Yeah, I mean that's reading. Because they're interpreting text, symbols, and letters. They're just doing it. They're doing it in a different way because of their disability. So that is, I would say that's reading in the literal sense. Interesting. No, they're not using their eyeballs. No, 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 no. That's literally reading. They're not using their eyeballs, but they're just reading. Yeah, they're reading with a different in a different what's the word I'm looking for? If I read more, I would know. um if I read more, I would know the word I can't find right now. But no, they're reading because they're interpreting literally the text for themselves. Sensor, yeah, it's a different sensory input. No, that's I would disagree that Braille is a form of reading. I would say that Braille is reading. No. No, because they're physically they're reading. They're reading it. No, it's not. No. We disagree again. uh, he's making this pretty interesting here. You're so funny. Where in the definition does it say they have to use their eyeballs? Nothing in the definition said anything about eyeballs. Read the definition again. Exactly. Yeah. So Braille is reading. Braille is reading. Audiobooks are different than Braille in many ways. So listening to a book is reading. No, not no. 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 That's like saying there's a good example that I'm going to think about. No. It's not. No. That's like saying watching a movie and a play is the same thing. They're different. I got to be careful here. Christian is playing a really good game. I don't want to lose to my boy. I'm trying to think of how I want to approach this. Let's just keep making improving moves. But I got to be careful here. 500 rated player. I'm almost 3 times his rating, and this looks just like any other game that I've played today. Decoding. Okay. Reading equals decoding language to extract meaning. Braille, you decode tactical symbols into words and sentences. Audiobooks, you decode auditory symbols. Auditory symbols? Auditory symbols. No. There's no such thing as an auditory symbol. An auditory symbol? Are you kidding me? That's a word. Spoken words. No. Into words and sentences. No, you can't. That is crazy. That you use auditory symbols to try. Both are sensory input channels. The medium differs, but the mental process is identical. Yeah, you know what the difference is? Another person. Audiobooks require you're being read to by someone else. End of story. That makes it a different form of reading. When you're reading Braille, you can do it yourself. It's auditory symbols are sounds used to communicate information, ranging from natural. No, just the fact. But you know what I'm saying? Like audiobooks. Okay, you're saying Braille is a form of reading. So are you disagreeing now? So you still are saying that audiobooks is not a form of reading, it's reading literally. Answer me that. You're saying audiobooks is not just a form of reading, it is literally reading in and of itself. Because if you're saying that, by definition, you are wrong. But Braille, in my opinion, still satisfies the definition. Braille to me still satisfies the definition of reading, whereas audiobooks does not. Reading with eyeballs is just a form of reading. So what would be literally reading? If reading is a form of reading, what is reading? Reading with eyeballs is reading. No, a form of reading is the top of the pyramid. Okay? Forms of reading are, I don't know. Let me draw you a picture. Yeah, so that's kind of what I was getting at. Is an umbrella term. I get where you're going with this. I just think that Braille doesn't deserve to be under the umbrella. It deserves to be next to it. Exactly. Forms of reading are all subtypes of reading. Braille. Okay, but you give me this, Jessica. Braille is close. Okay, if they're all forms, let's just say I agree. Okay, let's say I agree. Give me this. If they're all forms, that means they could be closer to, right, further up on the umbrella than other ones. So, in my opinion, check here. But I win the pawn at least. Hold on. Yes, they're unique, but Braille is more my point. Braille is more like reading than audiobooks. There has to be like, you know, if we're going to talk this much about semantics, you have to be able to uh compare. Why? They're closer because it's closer because you don't have to you don't need another person. That automatically makes it closer to me. This is winning, but it's yeah, he was using a different sense. Using a different sense is irrelevant. No, it's not just about another sense, it's another person. Braille, the thing is Braille is singular. It's you are interpreting the symbols, letters on your own with your finger. You're saying yourself, the senses doesn't matter. The difference though is with audiobooks, you're being read to. You're being read to. That makes it different. That makes it less of reading. Uh, um, well, that's a translation. So that would mean you're not reading. It's a form of reading if you're reading a book of a translation. It's just translation. It's still reading. Braille is a different language, so we can exclude it. That's racist. That's racist. That's just racist. I'll play another one, Christian. Brailleist? I'm telling all your students you're Braillists. GG Christian. Bro, that was a great game. Hold on, let me do the review for you. I bet you played like a 1500 player at least. Okay, you played as a 1400 rated player. That's dude, that's crazy, man. Um, it said you played at 80% accuracy. 80% accuracy. That's solid, dude. Um, really good game. Really good game. I'll play one more. You got time for one more or no? Or Jessica, do you want to play one? It's like saying sign language isn't reading. It's different languages. Disregard the example. Yeah, I would say it's a form of reading. I would say it's a form of reading. Sign language. For sure. It's a form of reading. It's more, is it reading or is it interpreting? It's more of interpreting. I can, but I want to watch if she does. You want to play, Jessica? Do you have, so are audiobooks. In, well, it's not interpreting. Well, okay. I guess it all is. Yeah. Well, I guess you can interpret it. You interpret as you read. That's fair. But Um, that's a separate question actually. Up to you. Yeah, let's play, Jessica. Um, let's play a game. Uh, yeah, I mean they're both interpretations. But yeah, that's a separate conversation. Is sign language reading? That's actually kind of interesting. Is sign language reading? Hmm. My gut reaction is no. Waste of 4,500. Nah, bro, not a waste at all. You earned every bit of that 4,500, man. I mean, you didn't win the game, but you know, you hung in there for sure. Christian, do you hear a difference in the audio? Is it speaking? That would be a better question. That's a really fun question actually. Setup looks nice and audio sounds good. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, the background's gonna change. I gotta take off this mirror. I might move those pictures because I like them a lot. Where the mirror is, I may change these. I have some other. It's really hard to point. I don't know how to do this. This is actually a lot harder than it looks. I may change those. I don't know yet. No static or delay. If you mean but looks fine to me. Good. No, yeah, I was just saying I'm gonna change my background stuff. Uh, I, I I don't like that it's yellow. Yeah, you notice like the background is yellow. I don't know. Am I being anal about that? I guess it looks good. For some reason, I just don't like yellow lights. Um, Jessica, I actually don't know if I have you on chess.com because we I think we were friends on my old account. Warm colors. Yeah, I don't like warm colors. I prefer okay, yeah, there you are. I prefer different. 461. Dang, Christian, you and Jessica are rated very similarly. It's kind of crazy. Jessica Christian is my brother's wife in Missouri. She is a professor at a college. She teaches nursing. She's actually in charge of the nursing program at her college. And her college, I don't want to give too much. I don't know how much detail she wants me to give. I don't want people, but yeah, man, she is really good at her job, man. Loves to teach people, and she's really good at it. Not sure what happened. It says, it's your turn, Jessica. 400s don't even know. Don't even know. They have to go first when they're white. Yeah, yeah. I knew she's a nurse. BSN. I don't actually know what that means. BSN. Hmm. Let me try to disrespect since she wanted. Nah, I don't want to. That's my awesome. Oh yeah, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Oh, okay. So she would have probably went through a course yeah, that makes sense. Um yeah, the college that Jessica is a professor at is one of the best nursing schools in the US actually. It's in Missouri. Um yeah, she is I thought she was I thought she had her dream job, but she told me her dream job is actually to um do a travel bookstore, which is crazy. So literally travel around the world in a vehicle with books and share books with the world, which is how we've been talking for 2 hours about the different like arguing about reading. I can't listen to you and play simultaneously. Hard, isn't it? It's hard, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I'm doing all the time. That's what I'm doing all the time. It is hard. It's very hard. Um, Honestly, I just want to keep playing, but I really should go to sleep. I gotta get up early. I'm sure Leslie's annoyed because uh, I usually stop around 9, spend time with her. I text her. I mean, she said it's cool, but we usually spend some time together before we go to bed, and I'm sure she's sleeping now. When you did that, the audio sounds far away. Okay, so the audio sounds different now. That's actually really good info. I'm echoing. Okay, hold on. Let me look at something real quick. Or you're in a box. Interesting, 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 huh? Noise suppression compressor limiter. So it sounds better now, right? Noise compression compressor. So this sounds normal. What's different? Oh, you know what? Yes. Okay. Hold on. Oh, it's froze. Okay, there we go. Does it sound better now? Is this back to normal or does it still sound weird? Testing, testing. Do I sound like I'm in a box still? Wait, I you guys have said I don't know if I'm looking at yup and yes from before. Okay, good. Better. Okay, yeah. Back to like you were playing. Okay, great. Yeah, so I figured it's funny, what you're hearing, I'm I'm glad to know that there's a big difference because I almost did not invest in a mic. What you were hearing is the microphone from my camera versus the microphone like that I bought. So this is what I sound weird because I'm talking to the back of the mic. Right. So this sounds normal. This sounds like garbage. But this is I'm glad there's a big difference because yeah, I almost just used the mic that came with the camera because it was supposed to be a good one. But yeah, obviously having a separate microphone should be better. The camera side, yeah. Well, the camera I think does a pretty good job of the camera side of things, but yeah, it definitely sucks as a mic. Oh man, guys, it was awesome having you. I had a ton of fun, man. I love the conversations, Jessica. I actually, I think I'm gonna make that question we ended on my next question for tomorrow, like as my today question on the bottom right here. Let me remind myself. You said is you said is sign language speaking. Yeah, I think that's a good question. That's a fun question. Oh, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. And I would love to. I'll debate you all day long. Yes, with your hands. I agree. Okay, well, if we're going to continue with the whole uh conversation we've had so far. Okay, Christian. Would you consider audiobooks reading? If you listen to an audiobook, would you say you read that book? What do you think? What do you think, Christian? What do you think? What do you think, Christian? Huh? I was asking Christian, Jessica. I was asking Christian, Jessica. Christian, what do you think? Bro. Then why do you consider it reading if someone's reading it to you? Come on, man. That don't make any sense at all. Someone is reading to me instead of reading. Exactly. You're not reading. Instead of reading. You're not reading. You're being read to. You literally contradicted yourself in your own agreeance. Yeah, well, it's kind of hard not to be a favorite whenever there's only one other person, Jessica. It's a form of reading. Because both ways you still get the information. Shut up, dude. I don't even know I'm friends with you, bro. You have stupid rationale, and I disagree with both of you. Jessica and I kind of came to an agreement. It's a form of reading. But it's not reading exactly. There's too many differences. Jesus. Well, I guess majority wins, but agree to disagree. Now, Zach is competitive to a fault. Now that is the most truthful thing you've said, most right thing you've said this whole time. I mean, audiobook. Yeah, book is in the name, not reading. Book is in the name, not reading, Christian. I cannot argue with both of you at the same time. It's ridiculous. So you would say, Christian, too, would you say that, yeah, okay, you said yes. Sign language is speaking. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I knew you wouldn't care enough to keep arguing about it either. Yeah, I would agree with that too, though. It's a form of speaking. Would you say it's a form of reading? It's not reading, because that's kind of what we agreed with, kind of. It's a form of reading, audiobooks. I would say it's a form of speaking, sign language. That's actually Naruto, but yeah. All right, guys, I gotta get to bed. It was great talking with y'all. Christian's wife has a BSN. I trust his judgment. Yeah, well, you're a little biased for sure. Christian, what's more important? Wisdom? No, I want to say more important. They're both important. We agree on that. Night, guys. Yeah, good night. I gotta go. Good night, good night, good night. Later, y'all.